Hold on, I'll show you again. Oh my gosh, this is this is mayhem. Hey everyone, I'm Dave, and today we're making the world's best tacos. That's right, taco time. It's Taco Tuesday, and actually I'll probably release this on a Wednesday, but anyways, for your next Taco Tuesday, we're gonna cook the world's best tacos. Well, according to Google, as always on this channel, we look up the world's best recipes on Google, we try to cook them, and we see if they really are the world's best. So let's go ahead, I got a computer over here. We're just gonna really quickly look it up. World's best taco recipe. Okay, so it looks like the #1 recommended recipe is from the House of Yum, and this thing has like 1.4 thousand views, and it looks super basic and simple, like shockingly basic and simple when I look at it. Almost no fillings, nothing fancy, it's just tacos. Now I'll be honest, a lot of times in my house we just buy the little packet of taco seasoning and we make tacos that way, but this time we're trying the world's best tacos, so let's get our ingredients ready and get going. All right, so to start off, we're just gonna make a little spice blend according to this recipe. And this recipe says that we need 1 tablespoon of chili pepper. So we're gonna do that first. We're gonna take our 1 tablespoon of chili pepper. We're gonna put it in a little bowl. Any bowl will do. We're gonna use this one. I'm gonna try not to get this everywhere, but I feel like I'm gonna get it everywhere. I'm not a professional cook, guys. If this is your first discovery of my channel, please be aware, I'm no pro cook. I'm just a normal average Joe. Although my name's Dave, not Joe. Just trying to make some dinner for his family. They're inside right now waiting for dinner. All right, so I just added 1 tablespoon of the chili powder. I'm gonna set it over to the right so I don't get it mixed up and forget I did it. We're then gonna do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I shouldn't be like mixing this over the bowl. That makes no sense. There has to be a better method here. Hold on. Paper towels, trusty paper towels. We'll do it over that. Okay, so we add 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 3/8 teaspoons of cumin. I actually was talking to my mom the other day and she was talking about making avocado toast. There's a 1/2 teaspoon and then a 1/4 teaspoon. And she said, how come the avocado toast you make, Dave, is really good? I was like, well, you gotta put some cumin in with the avocado. And she's like, what's a cumin? So she didn't even know what cumin was. But now you know, I'm holding it up. It's just a spice that you'd get at a grocery store. So 3/4 of a teaspoon. The way I did that was a 1/2 teaspoon plus a 1/4 teaspoon because I couldn't find a 3/4 teaspoon measuring spoon. All right, and then we wanna add some oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of that. Oregano leaves, technically. But yeah, normally when I'm making tacos, I just buy that 99-cent pack of spices and I cook that up just the way it says on that. And it's fine, but it's never stellar. It's very consistently non-stellar, actually. We often get it and we're like, how come the tacos we make at home are so terrible compared to like going to a taco stand? So here's a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder next, add that. And then I believe it's also a 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, onions. You guys who watch a lot will know my joke there. A 1/4 teaspoon of that. So a 1/4 teaspoon of both powders, garlic and onion. And I think that's us adding almost all the spices. Let's take a look. Yeah, so mix that up. I mean, honestly, since it's just like this, I'm gonna maybe use my hands and just do this, but I guess you could use this little spoon or go get a fork or something like that. But we're just basically mixing up all these spices, and those are gonna go in the meat in a little bit, not yet. We've also got some other stuff ready. We've got some tomato sauce, which we're gonna be using, and ground beef itself. Let me grab that. So it says 1 pound of ground beef. It looks like we got 0.96 pounds. Let me see. I actually ordered 2. I was tempted to double the recipe. This one's 0.93 pounds, so it's, well, whatever. Should I double the recipe? It's not very much meat. I've got a family of 5. Does that ruin the world's best recipe? I think it does. I think I have to cook it again if I want more because I'm trying to follow the recipe to a T and it says to do 1 pound. So I'm gonna use the 0.96 one because that'll be closest to a pound, and that's just some ground beef. $5, look at that. If I can feed my whole family with $5, I'll be pumped. I also have some corn tortillas white, it calls for as well. Okay, so the instructions are pretty simple. We're going to cook this ground beef. We're just gonna put it on a skillet on our little grill thingy here, and we're gonna brown it up. So let's do that really quick, shouldn't take long. And I'm just gonna use this little skillet. People always ask me about this skillet. It's like a super basic skillet. I get it at IKEA, and I have like 6 of them because they're pretty cheap and they're nice. I like them. All right, let me move my camera over there and we'll cook this up. All right, so let me just turn on my little grill here. This doesn't always work the first time. All right, it's not lighting, so I'm just gonna use the handy dandy lighter method. That's not working either. Got it. Whew, now we're cooking. Am I too tall? Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. That's too hot, obviously. You wanna set it to like medium high to cook your ground beef. So we'll put our skillet on there, drop the ground beef in there. Like I said, it's just a pound, and get it to cooking. It's not a big recipe. I think you could duplicate this, like double it, and it wouldn't be a big deal. But again, I'm trying to be true to the recipe, so I'm only gonna do the 1 pound. Okay, so wait, I'm not gonna use tongs. This is for the next step, not yet. I'm gonna use a wooden spoon. So with your wooden spoon, you wanna just go ahead and break up the ground beef. And I know there's some people watching right now saying, Dave, this is such an easy recipe. You're right, tacos are not hard, but not everyone's super comfortable cooking, and I was really intrigued to see if there was some recipe out there that beat just the, you know, buying at the store packet of taco, which is usually what I do because I'm lazy, but this really only calls for ingredients I already have in my house. So why even buy that taco mix packet if I can do it myself with spices I already have? It'll save me money and maybe it's better, we'll see. All right, this ground beef's cooking nice and fast. Smelling good, and I'm hungry. I'm ready for Taco Tuesday, without a doubt. There's actually a taco place right next to my house that's really, really good, but they're pretty expensive. And they sell them in the small corn tortillas like this, and to get 3 tacos, I think is like $13 for 3 little tacos, which as you saw, we're gonna make, this is $5, this 1 pound of beef. I got the thing of white corn tortillas for probably $2.23, I think. It was something like that. It was on sale at Publix. I bought the can of tomato sauce for like $1 or less, because it's a little tiny can. And other than that, I mean, I had all the spices already. So for $6, I'll feed, well, I don't know if I'll feed my whole family, but I'll certainly get a lot more than 3 tacos out of it. All right, so we've almost got all the beef browned. See, I've still got a little bit of pink in there, but you just wanna keep doing this until you get it all brown. I'm stirring it around so I don't burn any bits. And then once all the pink is gone, you're going to drain the grease, which it's controversial. A lot of people don't drain the grease. I always drain the grease when it comes to ground beef tacos because I've tried it without doing it. I mean, I guess I don't always then. I now always like to drain the beef when it comes to ground beef tacos because I've not done it before and regretted it. Oh, I wanna say this is 80-20 ground beef. The recipe says either 80-20 or 70-30, whichever. And so I guess that's just a preference thing. I got 80-20. 70-30 is pretty fatty, pretty greasy, oh, yeah, pretty fatty. So I figured I'd go 80-20, a little, maybe a tiny bit healthier, I'm not sure. Okay. So all of my pink is gone. I'm gonna run this inside where my sink is and I'm gonna strain out all that grease and then I'll bring it right back. All right, I'm back. So we've got way less grease in here. We reduced our heat to low, which is the next step. Reduce your heat to low on your little stovetop and then open up your tomato sauce. I'm gonna set it on this counter so I don't spill it or drop it like I did last time we were out here. There we go. I want a 1/2 cup of tomato sauce. So this is my 1/2 cup, and I think that's gonna be almost all of it. Go ahead and put that in with the ground beef, 1/2 cup. And also, this is where you add your taco mix, your taco seasoning mix that we stirred together a minute ago. So mix all that up with your wooden spoon and leave it on low. So your heat is still on, it's just not nearly as high as it was. We're gonna just stir this all together. Looks pretty good, honestly. Oh, it smells good. It smells really good. It definitely smells better than the little taco sauce packet you get at the store, without a doubt. And this, once we get it all stirred up like this, we're gonna let it simmer on the stovetop for 5 minutes and just cook up a little bit. You know, it almost kind of reminds me of the Sloppy Joe, which we totally should do a Sloppy Joe recipe on here. World's best Sloppy Joe. Yeah, hit the thumbs up if you like that idea. All right, so let's let that heat up. And while that heats up, actually, you know what? I might move it to a different eye. Yeah, so what I'm going to turn this other eye on. Oh, it almost came on right away. Hold on, let me light it. Whew. Nice and warm. All right, so I'm gonna move the beef over one to this next eye I've got, because it says a couple eyes. And on here, we're gonna actually heat up our tortillas. So as you can see, the beef is over here, just simmering. Let me turn it down a little. This one's a little too high. And over here, we're gonna put some oil into this. About a 1/2 cup, it says. That should probably be enough. That's probably more than a 1/2 cup. Heat up the oil a little bit, and we're gonna actually heat our tortillas in the oil. We're gonna cook them up a little bit. Now I'm also gonna take a little plate and put a paper towel on it and set that to the side, because that's where I'm gonna put the tortillas once they're cooked up. So basically what this says is just throw it in the oil, let it cook for like 20-30 seconds, as you can see it's doing. Pretty satisfying sounding. I'm gonna stir up my meat a little bit again. Let it continue to roll over here next to it. And then let, I don't know, it's probably been like 15 seconds. Let's wait like 10 more and then we'll flip this over. Trying to get a little crispiness on the corn tortilla. And it says to try to shape it into a taco shell, which never done, but I'm gonna try. Ooh, these tongs are not probably big enough. I'm gonna burn myself. Uh-oh. Hot. So hot. I need way bigger tongs. I'll go get them after I take this one off. I gotta finish this one out before I go get new tongs, because otherwise it'll burn. It's cooking fast. All right, let's take this off. All right, well, so the edge got a little crispier than I want, but let's put it on here and see if we can't find a way to, see, it kind of just broke. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to, there you go, it's kind of taco shelly. I don't know, I kind of just folded it in half. I'm gonna turn my heat down a tad on this oil because it's getting pretty hot. I'm gonna get longer tongs. All right, let's add another taco shell here. Try again. Ooh, these are a little longer, but they're super spiky, so I don't know, it might be good. This beef is still rolling over here. It's probably been like 3 minutes and it says 5, so I'm gonna turn down the heat even more, super low, and we'll try to take it off in a second. And we'll try it actually. We don't need to wait much longer. We've got some shells. This is really all there is to it. We're almost done with this. We're well on our way to delicious tacos. These tongs are terrible. Oh boy. Okay, what about these? Will these melt? They didn't melt. Did they melt? No, I don't think they melted. They might have melted a little. All right, we're gonna stick with tiny tongs because I got no other choice right now. I have a bigger pair, but I don't know where they are. Oh, and let's see, can we do this and try to form it into the taco shell? Oh, it's so hot. There you go. This is kind of what it looks like in the pictures. Ah. Hold on, I'll show you again. Oh my gosh, this is, this is mayhem. Taco shell. You know what, guys? No one said I was a pro. Throw in another one. We're trying. We might not even go back over to the other table because like this thing is pretty much done. Now, obviously you can add topping. In the picture, they have 2 primary toppings. They have cheddar cheese shredded and some sour cream, which to me sounds like a pretty good topping for us to test. All right, let's flip this over. Yeah, it's getting a little brown and crispy. I feel like I'm getting better at this. A lot of times when you cook, you just like, you get the hang of something. So I'm getting the hang of this taco shell thing. And so here's one that's kind of dried out. It didn't really hold its form and it looks super greasy, but this one didn't do bad. Look at that. Here, you see that? We made it into like a little taco boat. All right, we're gonna try the same thing again. This thing seemed like a good little form. Do this kind of situation, turn it into a taco shell looking thing and set it over here. Throw another one on. Okay, so I'm gonna try to form these into tacos here. The best I know how, to the best of my ability. So I've got this sort of situation going on here. Let's put some taco meat, not too much. I gotta feed the whole family after all. Oh, that's so hot. Oh man. I just got it everywhere. Well, you can see I got it everywhere. Oops, hold on. Backup plan. I'm gonna add some cheese on there and I'm gonna flip this little tortilla so I don't forget it. All right, let's see, can we form this one a little quicker? I don't know, they seem to be breaking when I try to form them into something. Oh, it's so hot. I don't really know if you need to form them, to be honest with you, but that's what the recipe says, so I'm trying it. And I'm only like sort of burning the daylights out of my hand. All right, let's try to form this one into some sort of a taco shell before we burn it. And we'll set this one aside on the paper towel. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna put a little sour cream, just a dollop of sour cream on each taco, and I'll show you the ending result. It's looking good though. You're gonna be excited. Hold your breath. Not too long though. There we go. Here is our world's best tacos. They actually look pretty solid. Oops, almost fallen off. Okay, so we've got our world's best tacos here. As you can see, I'm gonna try them. Let's see, I'm gonna try this one. Here we go. Oh. Okay, so here's my 3 that I'd normally pay 13 bucks for at the local taco joint. And I still have all this ground beef left. I would say that's probably enough for at least 3 more tacos. So basically 6 tacos. I had to pay for the cheese and the sour cream and things like that. So I did pay some money for that other stuff. But all in all, it's much cheaper than going out. And honestly, it's like 100 times better than the little packet of taco seasoning. Normally I do the little packet of taco seasoning. I don't see any reason to do it anymore now that I know it's just these couple of spices that are already in my house. I would totally recommend doing this next time you make tacos. World's best tacos? I mean, yeah, no, here's the thing. This crisped up shell is actually spectacular. The little crisped up tortilla shell is absolutely delicious, and it really makes the whole thing just out of this world delicious. So I might get a little salsa and add it on there. You know, I'd like a little salsa with my tacos, but seriously, try this, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out some of my other world's best recipes. The flautas one you can't miss. Go check that out next. Bye-bye.